Hi guys, welcome. My name is Heather Jones and I am the #1 intuitive teacher in the world. And I am here to tell you that you have been lied to your entire life. I am here to tell you that your truth has been silenced. And I know this because when you silence your truth, right, you become sick. You become broken. And you wonder what's wrong with you, and you wonder why you have all this pain and all this inflammation, why you have bad relationships, why you have money blocks. And the truth is, it's because you have been silencing your truth for so long. And it's simple, you guys. We have a gift. We have a gift, and it's called our intuition, which never lies. It always tells the truth with a 99.9% accuracy. And when you realize how powerful you are, and when you realize that you've always had the answers, okay? When you realize that the truth is within you. So every single thing that you have ever always wanted to know about yourself, about your sickness, about why things are happening in your life, do you know that you've been given the answers? Do you know every time you've asked or prayed for something, you've been given an answer? But we have been taught to silence our truth, and that is key #1. So every single day, mostly every day, I come on live and I teach the 7 keys for free. You guys, these 7 keys will transform your life. It took me over 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications just to learn the keys. And when I was done wasting all this time and all this money, I was so frustrated and so upset with God because I said, why doesn't everybody know this? Like, a lot of people don't have tons of time and tons of money to learn these things. Like, I didn't. And, it almost cost me myself a few times. I have had to go through so many horrific trials, only to realize that I was the one self-inflicting most of those things because I kept seeking external validation for my life. Good morning from Denmark, 4 in the morning or 4 p.m. So you guys, I teach these keys every single day because I have been put on this earth to help men and women remember their power, remember their truth, remember that they have been given a gift that can never be taken away, that can test with a 99.9% accuracy. So when you have your yes and you have your no, and I have taught hundreds of people this technique already. I have seen life-changing miracles just from getting people to remember their truth, to know exactly what's wrong with them at the root cause. Because you guys, the truth is that you can heal yourself. The truth is that you can know exactly what's wrong with you. And you're going to go to the doctors, and the doctors are going to tell you, right? Nothing wrong with you. Labs are clear. Because what you're dealing with is spiritual, okay? A lot of us are overthinkers, and a lot of us do not know the difference between distortion, right, and discernment. A lot of us don't know if that was a spiritual download or if we're making things up in our head because we have been gaslit for so many years, ever since we were children, right? Our parents told us to be quiet, to listen to us. We know the right way, not you. And then we go into a public school system where we're silenced even more. You need to go to the bathroom. Nope, you can't go to the bathroom until I tell you when you go to the bathroom. Okay? So now we're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and we do not even know how to discern truth for ourselves because we're constantly seeking, right, external validation for everything. So I am here to tell you guys that we got to stop doing that. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the 7 keys tonight. So make sure you grab a pen, make sure you grab a paper, make sure you're following me, okay? Because you need these keys. These keys will unlock truth. Not my truth, your truth. Okay, I teach you how to return back to self. I teach you the things that you have forgotten. I teach you what nobody else will teach you for free. How do I know? Because I spent thousands of dollars in so many certifications, okay? Only to realize and have an aha moment that I always knew what the answers were for myself. my body knew exactly what to do to heal itself. My body knew exactly which memories, which traumas I needed to go back and rewrite to heal. Okay? So, key number one, you guys. Key number one is that your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret messenger of the body. And we have been taught to silence the pain with a painkiller as fast as you can. Because they knew if they got us to silence our truth, to silence our pain, that they would keep us stuck and broken for our entire lives and that they could profit off of us. Because they knew if we discovered that we could heal ourselves for free, that if we knew that we could know exactly what's wrong with us in literal seconds, and that God gave us herbs to be able to heal our bodies, that we are self-fulfilling beings, right? Where is the profit off of that? Where can you profit off of a healed, empowered person? You can't. So key number one, you guys, is your body literally speaks to you. Pain is only the messenger. When you stop silencing the messenger, you will know what's wrong. When you silence the messenger doesn't go away. The messenger gets louder and louder and louder until you finally are forced to deal with the chronic fatigue, the cancer, the fibromyalgia, the autoimmune disorders, right? The sickness, the dis-ease in your body is finally so bad that you're forced to deal with it. But then the problem is that we go to doctors, right? And they don't know if you've had emotional traumas or generational traumas, right? They're not going to tell you exactly what's wrong, but they will give you painkillers. They'll give you prescriptions that have 100 other side effects, but don't worry, they have a prescription for the side effects and a prescription for those side effects, okay? So the truth is that 1 in 6 people are on more than 5 medications in the United States. So let's go to key number 2. Key number 2 is, sometimes it can be physical, okay? Sometimes what you're dealing with is physical, but it's either going to be a parasite, a nutrient deficiency, or a toxin. It could be multiple parasites, multiple nutrient deficiencies, multiple toxins. But here's the truth. Which one? Do you know that your body can test with a 99.9% accuracy which toxin, which parasite, which nutrient deficiency? And so here we are spending hundreds of dollars on vitamins that don't even work, doing detoxes and parasite cleanses that aren't even going to get to the root cause of what your problem is. So this is why you need to know how to test yes or no, because your body will tell you exactly which parasite. So you guys, in my $27 guide, I have a list of the parasites, the toxins, the nutrient deficiencies. Okay, I teach you how to get your yes and your no. Because in my live, we don't play a needle in a haystack. Okay, so in my live, we want to know what parasite. We want to know if our body wants to clear it with food, with a supplement, okay? Or do we just need to clear the emotion that's attached to it? Do you know your body will tell you exactly what it wants and how to heal itself? It's crazy. Okay? So how do you test your yes and no? Well, I have a free guide, you guys, that not only do I give you the 7 keys for free, I teach you a way how to get your yes and no. Okay? It's very simple, very easy. Now in my $27 guide, what you don't get in the free guide is all the charts. Okay? You don't get all the charts and the graphs. But how do you know? So this is what I do, okay? My body has pain. I'm going to ask, is it physical? Okay? Now we're going to go to the next key. Is it emotional? So do you know if you have ever in your lifetime experienced, hey Richie, which guide did you get? Because I just uploaded the $27 guide with all the videos. So if you go back to the original email and upload the guide, you should have the new one. If not, send me a message and I'll send you the updated guide. So, because I know a lot of people are like, can I get the video training? So if you have ever been physically abused, sexually abused, religiously abused, spiritually abused, emotionally abused as a child, do you know that most likely you have a trapped emotional trauma? And if you have not dealt with that trapped emotional trauma, most of us have it because we were taught to silence our truth, you could literally be in physical chronic pain right now that stemmed from those traumas as a child. So that's what they don't tell you, right? Cancer, fibromyalgia, chronic inflammation, eczema, psoriasis, random headaches, random pains, okay, 10-10 pain. I have worked with people, okay, who have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on testing, and they can never get to the root cause because they're dealing with something spiritual, okay? What do I mean by spiritual? It means that a lab cannot test emotional trauma. A lab cannot test sexual trauma. A lab cannot test generational, spiritual, okay? Does this make sense? So, when I was a little girl, I was physically abused, okay? I also experienced sexual trauma. I also experienced religious and spiritual and emotional trauma. But you see, my mental capacity as a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and all the way till 25, we do not have the mental capacity to tell ourselves the truth about those situations, okay? So what does our body do? Our body protects us from those emotions until we're adults and we can process those appropriately. But what are we taught? We're taught to silence our truth. When you silence your truth, you silence the messenger. Okay, the messenger shows up in pain. Pain is the secret language of the body. So pain comes up in your chest, in your back, in your neck, and you're like, oh, I should go take an ibuprofen or a Tylenol. But what you're doing is you're actually silencing the messenger, and the messenger is just trying to tell you, hey, there's something here that we need to clear. There's some emotional trauma that's ready to be processed. But instead of processing it, we push it down, and we push it down, and we silence it, and we silence it. But remember what I told you, the messenger doesn't go away. The messenger gets louder, okay? The pain gets worse. The sickness and the disease in the body gets even more worse, okay? Does this make sense? So when I test my yes or no, right, I have my 7 keys. Key number 1, your body literally speaks to you through pain, okay? How else can anything of spirit communicate with us unless it's not comfortable? So we're going to get through that, Richie, okay? So the best way to process trauma is what the question was. I'm going to show you the exact way you can release trauma in literal seconds. The fastest way to release trauma in seconds. Now remember, I've been certified in several holistic modalities, right? I learned several different ways, elaborate ways to release trauma. And after working with hundreds of people across the entire globe, I recognized that there was a universal way to release in minutes. And we are gonna do that tonight, okay? So we're going through the keys. We're on key number 3. If you have ever experienced sexual trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, or spiritual trauma, which I know you all have because that's why we're here on this earth. We're here to experience trauma and to experience trials for our growth. Think of a tree, right? Think of the strongest tree. It went through the wickedest storms, okay? And we admire those huge, ginormous oak trees. We admire them because we understood the traumas and trials they went through to get there. That is you. If you're watching this, it is because you're a survivor. Not because you're a victim, it's because you survived. You survived the things that should have taken you out multiple times. You survived the physical abuse, okay? You survived the sexual trauma. You survived the religious and spiritual trauma and the emotional trauma, okay? But the problem is that you have been taught to silence your truth. And you've silenced your truth for so long. You silenced that messenger for so long. Now you're dealing with pain. And it's not always pain. It's bad relationships. It's a broke bank account, okay? It's constantly in survival mode, fight or flight mode, okay? That is a person who has not been healed and has silenced their truth for way too long. But not today, because you're going to get the keys. You're going to get my free guide. Okay, you're going to learn how to take your power back. So let's go to the next key. Let's go to the next key. Okay, generational trauma. Thanks, Monica. So generational trauma has been proven. They have proven that you can have generational trauma from your mom or your dad. Okay, this is called epigenetics. They've studied mice, right? So what does this look like? This means that you can have fears, phobias, sicknesses, diseases passed down from your mom and your dad multiple generations back. I was working with a beautiful lady today and dealing with cancer. And guess what we tested? Guess where her cancer started? Generationally, from the emotion love unreceived. Okay? That's where it started. And then we're taught to silence our truth. And then as children, we keep silencing. And then we're adults and we keep silencing. You guys, if you silence your messenger long enough, you will literally put your own light out. Don't believe me? Look at the people in the world. Look at the crises we're dealing with. Because people are not taught how to deal with anything. They're taught to seek external validation for everything. Okay? So, as a child, I had generational trauma, right? My dad was physically abusive with me because his dad was physically abusive with him. Okay? And it's not the abuse that they were passing down, it was the emotional trauma. They didn't have the capacity, right? They had these broken parts in them and they were just passing those broken parts down, right? My mom was sexually abused as a child. Her mom was sexually abused as a child. Her mother was sexually abused as a child. Okay? Just because you are sexually traumatized doesn't mean your child has to be, right? If you don't break that, it means that we need to clear the emotions around that. We need to clear why this keeps happening. Okay? And you can do that with the keys. You can know exactly if what you're dealing with is from a trauma as a child. Generational trauma. Thanks, Ashley. So, if you guys are brand new here and you're just now following me, make sure you're following me. Thank you for tapping the heart screen, you guys. What this does is this sends this to other people because everybody needs this information. This information is not taught everywhere. Why? Because if people learn this information, it would be a game over. Because when you learn how to become empowered, when you learn the truth, okay, that's why it's called the truth code. It's not my truth, it's your truth. When you learn how to empower yourself, when you learn exactly how to get a yes or no, okay, when you learn exactly what physically is causing your pain, what if it's emotional, if it's generational, okay, when you have the 7 keys, you can unlock your truth now. Okay? Yeah, it's being taught now, right? And I need every single person to learn this information. We need to bring heaven on earth, okay? We need to join together as a collective and do this work together, okay? That is what we're meant. We're meant to remember right now in this time to take our power back. And you do that by listening to the answer in here, right? By getting your yes and no, by trusting discernment. Intuition never lies. It always tells the truth with a 99.9% accuracy. Can the trauma also be loss or grief or learning to let somebody go that is not good for you? Sure. Absolutely. Okay. So you guys, when you learn how to trust your intuition, okay, this is what I want you to know. You guys, we have been given a gift. Our bodies speak to us. What does this mean? That means every time you have prayed, you got an answer. Every time you asked a question, you got the answer. Your body spoke to you. Okay, doctors and scientists have proven that our bodies are literal instruments, that our bodies can test with a 99.9% accuracy. So when you can tap into your body's innate wisdom and you learn how to ask the right questions, you guys, the keys just get you to the root quicker because it's going to be in one of the keys. That's it. There's nothing outside of the keys. Trust me, I know. Okay? So when you learn how to ask the right questions, you become unstoppable. You will never be gaslit. You will know exactly the lesson you need to learn. You will know exactly where your trauma comes from. Because if you're dealing with somebody that's not good for you, okay, right there, I know that there is an emotional trauma. There's something that happened to you as a child that made you feel like it's okay for people to give you freaking breadcrumbs. It's okay for people to treat you like crap because that's how you feel about yourself. Okay. So these keys will absolutely work for you, especially if you're in a toxic relationship, because we need to understand and recognize why you keep allowing assholes into your life. Why you keep allowing people, even family and friends, to treat you like absolute garbage. Okay. The reason why you're allowing people to treat you like garbage, I know. I used to do the same thing. Okay. I used to let men sexually abuse me, physically abuse me. I was in very toxic relationships because I didn't believe I was good enough or worthy enough. And so I accepted any type of love because I didn't have love for myself. Because when I was 3 and I was 4 and I was 5 and I was 6 and I was 7, I was physically abused. I was sexually abused. So love language was altered and distorted in my mind, what true love was. And then when my mom left me when I was 6 years old, I created belief systems that I was unlovable, I was unworthy, and I was not good enough. And so when you believe that about yourself, what do you think you attract? You attract jerks. You attract people who will treat you the way you allow them to treat you because of your belief systems, okay? So when you have the 7 keys, you can ask, it doesn't always have to be pain. Why do I keep attracting jerks or bad relationships? And I guarantee you it's going to start here, the emotional trauma. What happened to you as a child that made you believe that you were not good enough? And now you're a 20, 30, or sorry, a 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old. You need to go back to that little child and have a conversation. So I had to go tell my 3-year-old self that what happened to you was not okay. Okay? You deserve so much love and you were never broken. And you were so worthy of unconditional love. I had to go back to my 19-year-old self. And I had to tell her that those things that those people did to you were wrong. That it wasn't because you were broken. You did not have the mental capacity to recognize what was happening to you and what was being done to you. And that was not okay. And you're worthy and you're whole and you're enough. Okay, so this is how healing works, you guys. This is how we do it. Let's go to the next key. Okay, we're going through the 7 keys. If you just started, hey, thanks, Samira. If you just started following me, I think for me, the oppression is too great and inner work is not enough. So, Jules, I promise you that you are a survivor and that you do not need to go to the traumas in order to heal. Okay, that is the biggest lie I have ever heard. You guys, your body does not know the difference between seeing the trauma and actually having it happen to your body. So there are literally people who are being RAPED over and over and over again because they're seeing it in their mind. They're seeing it happening over and over and over again. And their body is reliving that trauma over and over and over again. They're seeing the physical trauma that's happened to them. So the lie is that you have to go back to the trauma to heal it. No, you have to go back to that broken little girl, that broken little boy. Pull them aside, sit them on your lap and tell them the truth. Okay? So we're going through the keys, you guys. Make sure you get my free guide. Make sure you're following me. Thank you for tapping the hearts, you guys, and loving and sharing. Okay? When you get the free guide, read it. It is pure truth. Okay, what is that truth? You have a gift that knows exactly what to do in any situation. Okay? The 7 keys help you unlock your truth quicker. So let's go to the next key. Where are my empaths in this group? Okay? Where are my empaths? The ones who can feel energy. You sense energy. You're the kind of person that everybody just tells you their life story. Yeah. Yeah. You can meet complete strangers and they just tell you their whole life story, and I've never felt so comfortable to tell anybody this. Yeah. Yep. Guilty. So first, all you empaths, I see you, and here's the truth. A lot of those gifts were awakened through trauma, right? A lot of these empath gifts were awakened through trauma because you had to be aware of your situation. You had to manage emotions for protection. And so you needed to be 100% on guard because things could switch in a second. And so now that gift has been fully activated and there has been no terms or boundaries. Good night, Trouble. So you have the spiritual gift of being an empath, but now there's no terms or no boundaries. And so a lot of times what happens to you guys, right, to a lot of us, is we go into rooms or to gatherings or to situations and we absorb energy like a freaking sponge. Okay? And so now you leave the party, you leave the family gathering, you leave the office, you leave work, and you feel so sick and tired and fatigued. And you're like, why all the time do I feel so tired and fatigued? It's because you are absorbing everyone's energy and you're not recognizing that your body's telling you this is not ours. We can let go of it. You're silencing the messenger, right? So this is what I do, you guys. The second I get pain, okay, I test. Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? If I get a yes that this is absorbed energy, that means it's not mine. And I send it back to sender instantly. And the pain's gone in seconds. So you can absorb energy just by sitting next to someone and have no clue what's going on in their life. You could have no clue that the person you're sitting next to is living their worst nightmare. And so this is called quantum entanglement, right? So we're all energy. When you stand next to someone, do you know for about 20 minutes, your energy is like bouncing off of each other? That's how you can feel, right? You can feel when someone's toxic or when you feel like someone's lying, like you know intuitively. Well, what happens is after about 20 minutes, our energies actually are connected, okay? But when you leave, you actually take some of their energy with you. And so this is absorbed energy. And you can be doing this without even knowing it. Yeah. So for all of you guys who said, I'm an empath, I want you to learn how to get your yes and no. I want you to test, is this pain in my body absorbed energy? If it is, you can clear it in literal seconds. And remember, I told you we are going to do the fastest clearing that I have ever learned how to do. And it works in literal seconds, minutes. Okay? If you have not gotten my free guide, make sure you get it, right? I list the 7 keys. I teach you a way. But in my $27 guide, right, I have all the charts. So when we test its physical, we want to know what parasite, what nutrient deficiency, what toxin. Okay. Make sure you follow me, Richie, and make sure you get my free guide. Yes, it gets emailed. Okay. Let's go to the next key. Okay. So the next key, we already talked about key number 1, your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is just the secret messenger of the body, you guys. Pain is your body trying to tell you that there's something wrong here. And what do? We run to the kitchen and we grab a painkiller. When you silence your pain, you silence your truth. Okay, the messenger doesn't go away. She just gets louder. You silence the messenger long enough, you'll put your own light out. Okay, this is why God says don't put your light under a bushel. Because every time you ignore your intuition, you silence your truth to protect the abusers. Okay, you put a part of your light out. And now you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and your light's almost gone out because you keep silencing the one thing that's here to set you free. Okay, key number 2, it could be physical. Okay, your pain could be physical. It's either going to be a toxin, a nutrient deficiency, or a parasite. Ooh, I can't wait, Kat. Yeah, Jamie, I've been numbing my pain for years. Right? What you've been doing is you found a medicine, right? Whether that's drugs, alcohol, binge eating, those things are ways for you to just push down, right? Make yourself feel good in your body, because it doesn't feel good when you have trapped emotions. Okay. But if you can learn how to release those the appropriate way, they don't have to control you anymore. And you can literally clear things in seconds. So if you tried everything and you're still binge eating, if you tried everything and you still have that extra 100 pounds of weight, right? Weight is just protection. Every time I see someone overweight or a little heavy, I know there's something underlining that they haven't quite processed, or maybe they're processing, but weight is just protection. It could be physical, right? And if it is, we want to know if it's a parasite, a nutrient deficiency, or a toxin, which one. Okay. When I see addicts, drug addicts, right? My heart loves them, because I know they're not trying to run away from their life. They're trying to run away from the things that happened to them in their life, the traumas, the abuse, right? The things that happened to them. Ask any addict why they started, right? They're trying to escape their reality because they couldn't handle the reality they're in right now. And that's usually stems from the trauma. They didn't know how to process the emotions. Tammy, my love. I gotta pin you, Queen. Hi, Queen. Off pain meds now. 3 weeks. Been so off the past week. I'm so sorry. Husbands can be negative. They can be little stinkers. But I'm so proud of you for getting off the pain medication. That's incredible. So you guys, when you learn these keys and you start healing and processing the emotions, you don't need to mask anymore. Okay? You won't need to push things down, because you let it out and you healed those things, right? We talked about emotional trauma, right? Physical, sexual, religious, spiritual trauma. We talked about absorbed energy, right? We talked about generational trauma. Okay, we're going to go to the next key. She's like, I was married to the devil for 20 years. Jamie. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but So if I'm elevated and healed, should we give into the crap in the air? Okay. I don't understand what you mean. Are you talking about like the poison in the air and the poison in our food and the poison in our water? Because I will tell you right now that there's things that you can be doing that protect you from the poisons in the air, the poison in the food, and the poisons in the water. Because they are trying to eliminate us, make us sick, keep us silent. And I am here to tell you to no more silence. I'm here to teach you truth. When you learn this system, you guys will know exactly what your body needs to heal itself. Okay? I'm telling you right now that you do not need to spend 10 years or $15,000 in certifications. You need the 7 keys and your intuition. And I literally teach you that for free. Now, if you get the free guide, it's going to be a little bit more work, because you have to learn intuitively to trust yourself, right? If you get my $27 guide, I give you questions to ask for each key so that you know what to look for to clear, to get to the root cause in seconds. But I am here to tell you, you have always known how to do this. When you were a little child, you knew exactly how to do this, what I'm teaching. You knew exactly how to clear emotion. You knew exactly how to share when you didn't feel good. You cried when you needed to cry. You screamed when you needed to scream, but your light was too big. Okay? And you were taught to silence it and shh, silence. And now you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and you have no clue. You have no clue how to listen to your intuition. And I know this is an epidemic, because I will tell you that on every single one of my one-on-one calls, that is the first thing people say, is that they don't trust themselves, right? I don't trust myself. And how sad is that there are men and women who do not trust the one thing that they've been given, their gift, that knows exactly what to do, right? So when you learn how to trust yourself, love yourself, get your own answers from within that never lie, it cannot lie. Okay, it is our gift of discernment. It cannot lie. It tests with a 99.9% accuracy. Doctors and scientists have proven this. Okay, so we're going to go to the next key. Good job, Ashley. Yeah, I was that way too, you guys. I kept outsourcing my truth. I kept seeking external validation through unnatural ways, right? The more that you drink, okay, so I'm going to give you a scripture. When Jesus said, when you drink from my well, you will never thirst again. When you drink from that well, you will be thirsty forever. Okay? The well he's talking about is the internal well, the well within, the kingdom of God, which is inside of you. Okay? It's here. You are literally connected to source. You do not need a middleman to connect to pure, unadulterated source, yes and no. So that's why in scripture it says, ask and you shall receive, knock and I will open the door. He did not say, ask and I'll give you an answer in a week or two or in a year. He didn't say, knock and maybe I'll open the door. No, it's instant. It is literally the second you ask, you get an answer. The second. And this is where the lies have literally ruined us. Because as children, we're taught to silence, be quiet. I'm the mom, I'm the boss, I'm the teacher, I'm the coach, I'm the pastor, I'm the prophet, I'm the preacher. I'm the way. No, you're not the way. You're not the way. The way is within here. So I'm not here to be anyone's savior. I'm not here to be anyone's leader. I'm here to tell you, remember, please remember that gift, that small voice that's trying desperately to get a hold of you, and that the pain is the only way that it's been trying to get to you. And then you have the pain and you're like, why? And the pain's like, because you're not listening. You guys, I will do one-on-ones tonight. I promise you, you have the answers. When I do my one-on-ones, I hold sacred space for you to get the truth. Not me, not somebody else, you. And so these are the things that we're remembering. There's a massive amount of awakening happening right now. Massive. Okay, people are remembering their truth. So we're going to go to the next key. How are we doing on the keys? Everyone got it? Everyone got the keys? Oh, we all have the gift of discernment. Yes. We all have the gift of discernment. We are all spiritually gifted with psychic abilities, medium abilities, right? Intuitive abilities, but we all receive our gifts differently. And that's why it's so hard for people to teach how to receive personal revelation, how to receive your yes or no. So the systems that I teach, it makes it very easy for you, because as you start practicing these techniques, as you start practicing your yes and your no, okay, you will intuitively recognize that every time your body says a yes, you feel a certain way. You get this certain feeling, sensation, smell, taste. And then every time it's a no, it's the same thing. I have the keys, but they must have changed the locks. No, Queen. They haven't changed the locks. You've just forgotten. Okay? So we're going to go to the next key, you guys. We only have 2 keys left. And then in about 15 minutes, we're going to do some one-on-ones. Thank you, Winter. Illnesses aren't spiritual. We have germ theory for a reason and can see pathogen. Hey, if this is not for you, bye. Okay, there are people who are meant to stay stuck in the 3D dimension. Those are not my people. Those are not my people, okay? My people are survivors. My people take accountability. My people want to free themselves and help other people. Bye-bye. I don't have my moderators on today. Okay, we're going to go into the next key. So we're going to talk about the spiritual key. When I was a little girl, I personally was attacked by demonic entities, and I saw them with my own eyes. I felt them. I had night terrors, I had sleep paralysis, and it makes sense now looking back because my parents were very toxic. My mom was living double standards, and here I am, a little girl where the veil was very thin. And so I would have these absolutely horrific night terrors at 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And then I would wake up and see these tall shadow entities that would shapeshift and morph. Okay. And I was terrified. And then there were some nights where I would wake up and I would try to scream and my mouth was bound shut. Okay. Or I couldn't move out of my bed. And so when I went to church and I read scripture about Jesus casting out demonic entities into swine, and when Jesus taught Peter, James, and John how to cast out demonic entities, I knew that these were not parables or made up stories. Okay. I knew that what he was doing was literal physical exorcism of demonic entities. And so that was my first understanding as a child, that I knew that there was a God because I knew and saw the darkness. And then going into my 30s, I started seeing them again. But this time I knew my worth. And this time I knew my power. Yeah. So you'll see people who've seen them too in my life. So I came home after doing a session and I saw the tall shadow hat man in my kitchen. But this time, you guys, this entity saw me and I saw it. And the second it recognized, right, that I saw it, it ran out of my kitchen so fast. I didn't even have to say anything because I knew my power. Yes, the tall shadow hat man. He's tall and slender with a big tall hat. And you guys, I actually had a mentor of mine post on TikTok about this tall shadow hat man, and she got that it went viral because all these people saw the same thing. And do you guys know that movie K-pop Demon Hunters? The tall shadow hat man's in that little cartoon for kids too. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's real. But the point is, you guys, so we're going through the spiritual key, is that there is such a thing as spiritual warfare. Yes, Jamie. Yes, that's it. So spiritual warfare looks like demonic entities, unclean spirits, earth wanderers, familiars, fiery darts of the adversary, curses, hexes, things like that. But I'm not here to spread fear, because when I test those things, I'm totally neutral. So when I test that it's demonic or unclean or a fiery dart, I'm like, okay, let's clear it. And we clear it. Because that is how powerful we are. And yeah, some of them are parasites, right? Have you guys ever seen a parasite under a microscope? And do you know that in the Gospel of the Essene, Jesus literally taught people how to cleanse parasites? Okay. So for all of my Christian lovers out there who just love the Bible, there are so many missing scriptures that were taken out intentionally. And one of them was the Gospel of the Essene, right? How to cleanse parasites. So the spiritual key, you guys, in my $27 guide, right, I give you the questions to ask when it comes to clearing the spiritual. But the truth is if you test yes for spiritual and the messenger says you don't need to know more, you command it to leave. Okay? So now there's an upside of the spiritual key too. It's not always bad. Oh, Tammy, got that hit, girl. She said, that's it. When you said that spiritual warfare, that's why I've been so off this week. Yeah, so a lot of times our demons parasites. I think that they are a parasitic energy. It's a lower vibrational energy, but there's several different types of demonic entities, right? There's familiars. There's different levels, right? Just like in the kingdom of God, the opposite is the same. They have their same structures, right? So you have different authorities. You have different demonic entities that have different authorities, different powers, different keys. And so you don't have to become a demonologist to recognize that there's something spiritually affecting you. Okay, so that's why I love the keys, because your intuition knows, your body knows exactly what it needs to do to clear, and your messenger will tell you. So when I test yes to spiritual, I'll ask, right? I don't know everything. So I'll say, is it demonic? Is it unclean? Is it a curse? Is it a hex? And if I keep getting no, I keep asking more questions until I get it right. Okay? Ooh, I love that. Giuliano, I have the prophetic visions. So let's ask a question. How many of you guys have been dealing with ringing in the ears, massive fatigue, feeling like you've been swimming underwater? Okay. Mine has just started to clear up. Hi, Lainey. Yeah, a lot of people are dealing with massive amounts of fatigue, exhaustion. Oh, yeah, constant tendinitis, insomnia, fatigue. Yeah. So, do you know that there's something called integration or ascension? Mm-hmm. Thanks, Nakia. Hi, Queen. So ascension happens, you guys, when our bodies, right, our awakening is happening. We're ascending. The earth is shooting resonance energies up into our body, and we're literally ascending. Okay, we're vibrating at a higher vibrational frequency, and our bodies are taking a little longer to catch up. And so when that happens and my body doesn't feel right, or I'm constantly exhausted, you guys, I like 2 weeks ago, I think I took like every day, I took like a 3 to 4 hour nap. My husband could testify to that. Okay. I kept getting it's spiritual and it's ascension, it's integration, right? Your body is clearing. A lot of people are having like random flu or cold like symptoms or allergies. Okay. And it's not actual physical. Okay. They're not having actual allergies. They're not actually sick, right? If Rock's on here, like she's trying to clear her daughter and she's like doing all the keys and she's like, it's not working. And I'm like, that's because you can't. She's integrating, she's ascending. Her body is purging, which looks like the flu, which looks like sickness, but there's nothing you can do other than drink water, hug a tree, get some sunshine, right? Allow your body to heal and ascend. So that is part of the spiritual key. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's happening to you right now, but what I am telling you is that you can literally test using the 7 keys and know exactly why your body's sick. Okay? And it is so simple. It's as simple as getting your yes and no, asking which key will unlock my truth. Will a sunny beach vacation work? I'm sure, of course. Okay. So we have one more key to go. Thank you for the rose. So we have one more key to go. Okay. How are we doing with the keys so far? Okay. So for those of you guys who just joined, we are talking about why you feel sick. Tristan, seeing angel numbers, yeah? If you feel tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, you're broke, you have bad relationships, life just feels like you're walking through the mud, okay? You go to the doctors. They'll gladly take your money, okay? You keep trying to figure out what's wrong with you. The doctors say nothing's wrong with you. Your labs are clear, okay? Doctors do not test spiritual things. When I mean spiritual, I mean emotional trauma. A doctor will not test to see if you've been emotionally abused, sexually abused, religiously abused, okay? A doctor cannot test under labs. Thank you, Matthew. That's so beautiful. Okay, doctors cannot test if you're under spiritual warfare, if you have generational trauma, if you have absorbed energy. And they won't test those things. And even if it is physical, you guys, if it's a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency, do you know that doctors won't test for those things? Unless you pay out of pocket thousands of dollars. How do I know? Because my son was struggling. I knew that something was causing his behavioral problems. And guess what? It was going to be $3,000 to do all this testing. Toxic, mold, parasite, right? That's holistic. Doctors don't cover that. Why do you think they don't cover those things? Because they don't want you to heal yourself. Because if you learned how simple it was to heal yourself, it'd be a game over. The system would literally be destroyed overnight, because you will no longer be gaslit. You will no longer allow anybody to tell you what's right or wrong for you, and you will know exactly what your body needs to heal itself. Okay? Okay, last key. Who's ready for the last key? Can you heal parasites? Yes, 100%. Okay? But you need to know why the parasites are there, right? You need to know what parasite you have. Do you know some parasites came because of an emotion? So you guys, I'm going to give you a little science history. So do you know that every feeling you have creates a chemical compound in your body? So every time you feel sad, love unreceived, unworthy, not good enough, right? Let's say you had an emotional trauma where you were sexually abused as a child and you felt so unworthy. Okay, that unworthiness produced a chemical in your body. Okay, that chemical, our body has nutrients to try to correct that imbalance in the body, right? So our body is pulling from the nutrients to try to clear that emotion in our body that's producing a chemical. And so eventually our body, if we keep pushing it down long enough, our body is going to use up its resources and it's going to become nutrient deficient. And then when you have a nutrient deficiency, right, that leaves holes or walls, okay? And so toxins and then parasites come in to your body. And so it feeds this system, right? So you keep feeling unworthy. You keep feeling unworthy. Your body keeps trying to heal it with the nutrients, becomes more nutrient deficiency, more toxins come in, more parasites come in. And then you do this long enough, you're going to get sick. You're going to get the C word. You're going to get chronic inflammation, chronic fatigue, chronic arthritis, Hashimoto's, fibromyalgia. So do you see why it's so important that we clear the trauma, the childhood trauma? It's so that we can clear the emotion that literally produces chemicals in our body that causes our body to lose nutrient deficiency, which then causes our body to hold on to more toxins, which then brings in more parasites. And it's this toxic cycle of killing ourselves. And they knew this. They knew if we can get them to silence their truth, the pain, if we can just keep them pushing the pain down long enough, they'll be sick, so sick. And then guess what? We're going to make a crap ton of money off of them because we're going to give them more and more and more painkillers. And then these painkillers have more side effects. And then we're going to keep treating the side effects, but we'll never get to the root, because if they know that they can get to the root in seconds and clear in literal minutes, we will not make money. Okay? So then why is nobody teaching this for free like I am? Why is nobody shouting on the rooftops how to do this? And that it's so efficient, so easy, it works in seconds, okay? On page 12 of the free guide, 4 through 7 keys are not listed. You're right. I list all the keys. I give you all the keys, and we go deep into the first 3 keys, okay? So in my $27 guide, that's where we go into every single key, okay? And we go into the charts, and I teach you how to do this, okay? So the free guide is to give you a how to test yes or no. I just gave you all the 7 keys, right? In my free guide, I teach you how to start trusting. Is it physical or is it emotional? Because that's mostly where you need to start, okay? In the $27 guide, it is linked in my bio. In the $27 guide, we go really deep into every single key, right? We go into all the charts. It's everything you literally need. Don't spend 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications, you guys. You don't need to. I did it. If I just learned how to trust my intuition and use the keys to get to the root cause, okay? If I just trusted my intuition, I could have awakened my spiritual gifts. if I just trusted my intuition, right? I would know all the things, okay? Don't waste your time or money. All right, last key. Who's ready? Who's ready for the last key? You guys, thanks for tapping those hearts. Keep tapping, tapping, tapping. So my goal is to get to 100,000 likes. I don't get paid for those, okay? I don't. But it's an energy exchange because other people will get these keys for free. So if you can help me by hitting the hearts, sharing, tapping, okay, other people will get these keys for free, just like you. Other people will get this information, okay, that's life-changing, life-altering transformation. And then we're going to go to the next key. Yes. So make sure you guys are following me. Make sure you guys get my free guide. Thank you, Truth Seeker. And just keep tap, 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 tapping. Okay. It's the easiest free thing you can do to help. Share this to other people. And then you guys, once you get the free guide and you love it, and I know you will, share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with people who are sick or struggling. Say, oh my gosh, this information will change your life, because it will. I promise. Okay? I promise. All right, let's go to the next key. Hold on, guys. I have to do that stupid puzzle thing. There we go. Okay. So the very last key, you guys, it's an incredible, powerful key. So I'm going to tell you a story, a personal story that's going to unlock the last key. So I started developing excruciating chest pain. Felt like my ribs were crushing in on it. Now, at first I thought it was demonic, right? At first I thought, okay, this has to be demonic because it feels like something's trying to like crush my ribs. And so this had been going on for about 3 weeks. And I finally stopped and asked my body, okay, what is this? Because I can't clear it. And my body told me it's not from this lifetime. It's not from this lifetime. Okay, whatever that means. So I waited a couple more days because I'm very hard-headed. And then again, I asked my body because it was starting to get really bad. I couldn't breathe. It was like short, tight breaths. And this is way before COVID. And so I asked my body, I said, what is this pain? And my body told me it is not from this lifetime. So I did what every good person does. I went on YouTube and I found a past life regression meditation. And I did this beautiful meditation, and I saw myself in vision that I was this redheaded princess. I was in a castle and I was bawling my eyes out. And I was all by myself, and I had all these feelings of, I knew that I was treated less than the dog. I knew that nobody cared about me. I knew that the only thing that I was used for was to produce male heirs. And I was silenced. I was a woman. And so I woke up from this meditation and I was like, wow, what was that? I didn't understand. I still had the chest pain. And so I reached out to a friend of mine because, you guys, the chest pain was so bad. I wish we could emanate pain, but it was so bad. And so I reached out to my friend in desperation. And I said, hey, can you do a session? I've been having this excruciating chest pain. It's going on 4 weeks now. And you guys, I'd been to the doctors, right? I didn't have pneumonia. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have a cough. They're like, oh, it must be a virus. That's what they kept saying. It must be a virus. So anyways, I went to my friend and she did this session on me. And about 5 to 10 minutes into this session, I tell her, because she's from the same religion, right? We don't believe in those things. I say, I think this is not from this lifetime. I think this is like multiple probations, like a past life. And she's like, oh my gosh, Heather. She's like, I believe in that too. And she's like, I see a redheaded little girl running through the field. And you guys, in that moment, it was like a lightning bolt of energy shot through my body of truth. And I knew that she had witnessed the same thing that I witnessed, a different time of that life. And my pain in my chest went away. Literally in minutes. I had no chest pain. It was completely 100% gone. Okay? And in that moment, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that this was not our only lifetime, that we have lived multiple lifetimes. And since then, I had certified in several modalities around past lives, right? There's quantum healing hypnosis therapy, there's NLP, there's hypnosis, there's theta healing, right? There's different things. And I will tell you that past lives are very real, and that you might be dealing with pain right now. You might be dealing with something that's ready to be released. I would say the persecution's cross, right? Being silenced in multiple lifetimes for speaking truth. And this moment right now, you're being called to clear that, to remember and to clear it. And so I'm also here to tell you that you do not need a 3 to 5 hour session in a past life to know if you need a past life clearing, to know what the lesson is, because the keys work so fast, you guys. How do they work? Okay. Do I have something in a past life? Yes or no? Okay. Do I need to know more? Yes or no? If your body says yes, you ask. The second you get the answer, you can clear it. Okay. So those are the 7 keys, you guys. They are so powerful. I give you the 7 keys for free. It took me over 10 years to get the keys. Once I had all the keys, right, it took me 10 years to learn the fastest way to get a yes or no, right? I got certified in kinesiology. I couldn't figure it out, right? It was too hard for me. Then I learned this most beautiful, pure system called Innerwise in Germany, how to get a yes or no. And it was so simple, so easy. My kids can do it. So now I have a system that taps right into pure source, yes or no. And then I have the 7 keys. So when you have these keys, okay, what is it when you have a clique of women whom you don't know that don't like you at work? Andrea, those are called bitchy mean girls, and they're just not your vibe. Okay, I've dealt with that too. They're just mean girls, okay? And they're just not part of your crew. It happens all the time, okay? So what's the fastest way to resolve trauma? We're going to get to that. Richie, I promise. We're going to do that next. We're doing that right now. So when you have your yes and no, it looks like this, you guys. I have pain in my chest. What is this? I have pain in my neck. Okay. It doesn't always have to be pain. It could be a money block. It could be a bad relationship. Okay. Whatever the problem is, that is key number 1. We're not going to silence the truth, the messenger. We're going to ask the messenger, what is the problem? How can I clear it? Show me which key. And then it looks like this. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? When you get a yes on one of the keys, let's say my body said, yes, it's generational. Okay. Then I'm going to say, do I need to know more? If my body says yes, I'm going to ask more questions. Okay. You cannot spiritually bypass the messenger. Okay. You have to listen to the entire message, and then the messenger will leave. Okay. What does that mean? She will take the pain with her. So I test yes to generational. I test yes that it was mom's. I test that it was the emotion of love unreceived. I don't need to know anymore. I can clear it. Drea, if it feels demonic, you have the power to cast it out. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. Hey, Richie, are you here? Because I will test you first if you want me to. So what we're going to do in the next little while is I'm going to prove to you that these keys work. I'm going to show you, okay, by example, how somebody can go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literal minutes. Okay? And the truth is I'm not healing anyone on these lives. The only thing I'm doing is holding sacred space. I'm asking, right, their higher self, which you can do too, which key will unlock the messenger, the truth. And then you guys, your truth will set you free. Not me, you. You will set yourself free, because for the first time, you will listen to the messenger. You will listen to your intuition. You will listen to the gift that God gave you that cannot lie. It's impossible. And it will give you an answer that's 99.9% correct. Why is there a 1% off? Because we're the natural man and it's an enemy to God. So there's a 0.% it might be slightly off. Okay? Yes, Soul Fuse. I just downloaded the free guide and will be purchasing the $27 guide. Yeah, it's powerful. And you guys, the updated guide has the video training. So I know a lot of people are probably like me. It's easier to watch step by step than reading it. All right. So Richie, are you here? I'm so glad. Ooh, severe pain in the hip. Okay. So Jilly, I need you, this is what I need you guys to do. If you want to be on my list, so my list is open right now. Okay. I need you to put what your pain is. If it's a 10, 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, and then I give you permission. So you guys, in my $27 guide, I teach you exactly how to do what I'm doing. How to do this on other people, like your friends, your kids, right? Wow, so confused. I see you, Lainey. Okay, chest pain. So CJ, you have to give permission. Okay, there's a reason why you have to give permission. Okay. It is because we live in free agency. Okay. You cannot go around proclaiming to be a healer and healing people. Okay. Jesus did not do that. Okay. And remember, I told you, I am not healing anyone. You are doing the work. Okay. I'm just going to tap in and I only have permission if you give me permission. Okay. Cam, random cuts on both of my, was that tonight? Cam? Okay, Jilly, you were an 8, 10. Okay. So I have Jilly, Lainey, CJ, Cam, Angela, and you said abdomen 7, 10. Okay, and if you guys are wanting these, you best have gotten my free guide. You guys keep tapping that screen too. Make sure you're tapping and sharing. Make sure you guys got my free guide and you're following me, okay? Because the last thing I want you to do, you guys, I don't want you to keep seeking external validation for your healing. Like, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to teach you exactly how to do this for yourself. Okay, CC 1010, fibro. So I need you guys to learn how to do this so that you could teach other people how to do this too, okay? I need your help. I need everybody's help on this live to learn this information and to share it, okay? Richie Vinyl. So thank you for tapping the screen. If you're waiting and I called your name, like that's what you can do on this live. You can just keep tap, tap, tappity tap, okay? And then Dawn Marie. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Okay, I got you, Richie Vinyl. Okay, so I have Jilly, Lainey, CJ, Cam, Angela, Admin, Cece, Richie Vinyl, and Dawn Marie. So I'm going to start with them. If I did not call your name, please get the free guide. Okay, I need you to learn these things. If you want my $27 guide, it's going up to $47 starting January 1st. Even at $47, it's an incredible price. Make sure you get the guide, okay? The $27 guide if you want all the charts and how to do this for other people proxy. Okay, I do this for people in other countries every day, right? In Africa, New Zealand today, Australia today. But like I said, you could do this for yourself too. Okay, I'm not some powerful wizard. Okay, I just remember truth and I teach truth. Okay. Hey, Rhiannon, I see you, Queen. Oh, Richie. Actually, Richie, we're doing you first because you got to go to work. So we're going to do Richie, then Jilly. Okay, so I'm pinning Richie to the top. So this is what we're going to do, you guys. So all of you guys waiting, we're all holding sacred space for Richie. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for Richie. So I have permission to test Richie. Yes, I got a yes. So you're not going to see how I'm doing this, but I'm not doing it in my mind, right? I'm using my body to get a yes or no. Okay, and then I'm going to ask which key will how I'm doing this, but I'm not doing it in my mind, right? I'm using my body to get a yes or no. Okay, and then I'm going to ask which key will unlock Richie's truth. Richie, tell me what you're dealing with again. Ooh, eczema. Okay, and then I'm going to ask which key will unlock Richie's truth. Richie, tell me what you're dealing with again. Ooh, eczema. Yep, you can test exactly what eczema is too. Richie, I could test for Richie. Physical, emotional, spiritual. So the first key I got is spiritual, right? Richie, okay. The good side, it's the bad stuff. It's demonic. You guys, when I say these things, it's not to cause fear, okay? Does he need to know more? Yes. Legion, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 through 20. Okay. 15, 16, 17, 18. So 20 demonic entities. Okay. Does he need to know more? Yes. Does he need to know when these became attached? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 to 20, 15 to 6. Did something happen at 16, Richie? This is when these things became attached to you. Okay. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. So you guys, all I'm doing is asking yes or no questions, and I'm using my body to get the right answer. Okay. I'm speaking to his messenger because his messenger gave me permission. Oh, you're getting a panic attack. Okay. Richie, just breathe. Just slowly breathe. Okay. Just slowly breathe. Think of 10 things that you absolutely love. Really focus in. Focus on one memory, the most happiest memory you can think of. Okay, Richie? Okay, heartache. So heartache at 16. Choose some yeah, do something to distract. So heartache at 16, Richie, are you still here? Just breathe, brother. Ask this to be cleared, yes. Okay. Hey, Richie, how you doing, buddy? Okay. So, Richie, I want you to just calm down a little bit and take some deep breaths. Okay, it's getting worse because we're acknowledging that there's these demonic entities here, but please don't go into fear. Okay, I want you to breathe. I want you to command, and command if you're in your mind if you can't with your words. I command these demonic entities to leave my body now. I clear them. I become invisible to them in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. I fill my body with unconditional love. Okay? I want you to see your 16-year-old self. I want you to see that 16-year-old little boy that had heartache. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but you need to tell him the truth about that heartache when he was 16. What did he need to hear? What is the truth? Okay? And if you guys get lots of anxiety, okay, anxiety is when we get stuck in a loop pattern in our mind. We could be subconsciously not even doing it, knowing it. Okay? We have to stop that loop. We cannot have an emotional reaction without the thought. Okay. So Richie, I'm going to just keep clearing the keys for you while you process, okay? And then you let us know with like a heart or a thumbs up that you're okay. So past life. Oh, I knew it. Okay. So the persecutions cross, Richie. So you're here for a reason. We all are. Okay. The persecutions cross means we were silenced in multiple lifetimes. I need to talk about this. Okay. So you guys, a lot of people are going through psychosis, massive mental health issues, like more than I have ever dealt with. Even my spiritual mentor who taught me a lot of my spiritual things, a lot of stuff is coming up. Okay. These things are happening because of the massive ascension and awakening that's happening. Okay. We are being forced right now. Things are speeding up. They're coming forward, and there are people who are spiritually gifted who have had severe traumas and trials happen, okay, to try to stop us and silence us, but they were very intentional. So your trials and traumas were to prepare you to step into your life's purpose. You were not here to come with a silver spoon in your mouth. You were here to embody, to transmute through understanding the darkest of dark. Okay? When you witness hell, when you live through trauma that was meant to silence you, when you speak from a healed, empowered place, people can hear your words and understand. Okay? So, Richie, if you can hear me, I want you to command this persecution's cross to leave my body now. And I want you to call all of your power back to you. I want you to call all of your power back to you. And just see that power coming back to you in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. Okay. And then I think Richie actually got off. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, will you guys just pin him or will someone? Oh, you're here. Okay. Are you feeling better? Where's your energy at? 10 being the highest, 0 being done. Where are you at? If someone kills himself, it's because of your program. Oh, dude, get a freaking life. People are so dumb. I don't have the power to do anything other than speak truth. And I will keep speaking truth every day because of people like this. Okay, Richie, you feel tired. That's a lot of processing, but at least the panic is dropping. That's good. Good job. So, Richie, you are meant to be seen and fully heard. And people need your gift. Your light is your gift. Your presence is a gift. Okay. When you speak, your words will heal. Okay. And were you able to clear this persecution's cross? Did this persecution's cross make sense to you? So if you guys have experienced massive trauma, okay, good. Good, Richie. Good, brother. Okay. Let's go to the next key. Next key is physical. A parasite, a toxin, it's a nutrient deficiency. Okay. 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so parabens, calcium. So your body needs calcium right now. Does it need food? Okay, so it wants food, not a supplement. So let's figure out what your body, does this body want oranges, calcium? Is there something better? So oranges. So lots of oranges. How many oranges should be eating a day? So 5 oranges a day. Okay? For how long? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days. So for the next 5 days, your body wants you to eat 5 oranges a day. And then you can retest. Yes. Okay? Does he need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life again. Is this persecution's cross? Yes. Does he need to know more about the persecution's cross? Yes. Does he need to know about a certain lifetime? Does he need to know his purpose? His purpose. So Richie, what do you feel like your purpose is here? So there's a part of the persecution's cross, right? There's a part of why you were silenced, and there's a reason why you're here, and you know why. To heal. Okay. To heal other people. Okay. To be a light for other people to heal themselves. Yes. Okay. Does he need to know more? Nope. Okay. Perfect, Richie. So for whatever reason, right? When I test a key and it's the messenger needs you to understand that. So go ahead and just clear. I clear anything left, anything residual from this persecution's cross. So new here, we're just teaching the 7 keys. We're teaching you how to tap into your intuition to get a yes or no. When you have your yes and no, you guys, you can literally ask anything. Ask and you shall receive instantly. Okay. If you haven't already, get my free guide. I teach you the 7 keys that we're going over for free. Okay. And I teach you how to get a yes or no for free in my free guide. But if you want to learn exactly how I'm doing this method with all the charts, it's in my $27 guide. So let's ask what his panic attacks are. Can we test specifically for his panic attacks? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual. So your panic attacks are brought on by demonic entities. Okay. From the same ones that we cleared. Okay. Have those been cleared? Okay. So I don't ever say things to bring fear or chaos, right? Your body senses when these things are around, it kind of goes into a chaos. That's only because you don't recognize your power. But the second you recognize your power, you won't go into the panic, right? So Richie, we need to clear these. Been seeing a cardiologist. Oh, yeah. Okay. The panic attacks are demonic. Is there another key that's causing his heart issues? Yes. Do we need to clear the demonic first? Okay. So this is how we're going to clear the demonic together, Richie. Okay. I want you to hold sacred space for your body. And I want you to say these things out loud. Okay. I command these demonic entities to leave my body now. In all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space, I become invisible. You can no longer see me. I remove any tracers and trackers that have been placed in my body. I command them to leave in the name of Jesus, in the name of God. Does he need an angel? No, he's got this. Okay, perfect. And then I want you to witness the healing. Richie, I want you to see your body being filled with unconditional love. Okay. And I want you to command the heartache to be healed in your body. I want you to see your 16-year-old self. I want you to see your 16-year-old self and tell him the truth that he needed to hear. See him standing in front of you, and he needs to understand his truth. You need to give him his power back, and you need to see him fully healed. Good job. Does he need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. Does he need to know the age? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, age 10. At age 11, okay, absorbed energy. Thank you, Nakia. Yeah, thank you for tapping, you guys, and sharing. So absorbed energy at 11, Richie, from your dad. Okay, so this was absorbed energy. This was not yours. You took it on from your dad. We need to know what that emotion is so we can clear it out of your body. Okay. So you guys, in my $27 guide, we have all the trapped emotions. You don't have to guess. You can know exactly. Worthless. Worthless. So you took on that absorbed energy. Worthless. So you are going to command, I command this energy of worthless to leave my body now. It is not mine. And then keep breathing. So you guys, this is the fastest way. So I forgot to mention this. As I test, you do the clearing. How do you clear? I've worked with hundreds of people across the world. Okay, there are two universal truths. One is unconditional love, and the second is breath. I do not need to teach unconditional love or breath. I don't care what color you are, what race you are, what ethnicity, what religion, what denomination. You know breath and unconditional love. Jason, you did not respond to me and you freaked me out. How are you feeling today, brother? Hopefully you are feeling better today. You guys, the amount of people that are dealing with spiritual attacks is just off the charts, especially in the last couple days. Yes, they're cleared, Richie. Did you clear that worthless energy? Yep. Good job. Does he need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. So absorbed again. Do you have a sister, Richie? Do you have a sister, Richie? Need to know more? Yes. Richie, do you have a sister? You did text me back? Okay, I'll have to double check. I'm glad you're feeling better at 3-4. I was literally like praying for you, Jason, and I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything because I have to be very careful because I never, ever, ever want to put fear into people's minds, right? It's all about empowerment, trusting yourself, and knowing that you can do those things. Okay, that makes sense. So she's like a mom to you. Okay, so this is the energy you absorbed from her at age 11. Did something happen at age 11, Richie? Was that a hard age for you? You don't remember. Okay, that makes sense. Do you have a memory of your childhood? Six, 7, 8, 9, 60. Okay, so the energy was vulnerable. So you're going to command the vulnerable energy that was absorbed to leave your body now. And you guys, as you clear these, you can see where that energy was tapped in because sometimes there's like a pinch of pain all of a sudden as you command that absorbed energy to leave your body. Richie needs another key? No. So those were all the keys, Richie, for you for tonight. So make sure you get my free guide. Start testing. So when you get the yes or no, oh, it sounds like you got, you're just going to ask, what's the first key? Do I need another key for my heart? Do I have a trapped emotion? Do I have something generational? Okay. Okay. Soul infused. I'll write you down. Okay. Lainey, or sorry, Jilly, are you here? You're so welcome, Richie. You got this, brother. Next time you start feeling a panic attack coming on, I want you to test if it's spiritual. Okay. Okay, so we're going to test Jilly next. You guys, thank you so much for tapping the screen, tapping the hearts. If you guys are, while you're waiting, just tap, tap, tap. Okay. Make sure you get the $27 guide. Start with the free guide. If you're unsure, you don't think it's going to work for you, start with the free guide, right? And share. Richie, incredible job tonight. You did really, really good. I'm so proud of you. Okay. It's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to be vulnerable. All right. Jilly, she's an 8-10. We're going to ask which key will unlock her truth. Okay. Physical, emotional, spiritual is the first key. Okay. There's always a theme. It sounds like tonight's theme is spiritual warfare. It's the good, it's the bad, unclean spirit. Okay, Jilly. Demonic. My name is Heather. It's demonic. Is there more than one? No. So this is just one. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, age 10, 11, age 12. Age 12, Jilly, is when this started. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. So Jilly, age 12. Front page, back page. 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. And the emotion is worthless. Are you still here, Jilly? I think TikTok is being really slow with getting comments through. Jilly, are you still here? And let me know when your message comes through. Yay, Joanne. I am. Okay, there you are. Okay. So clear. How do you clear demonic entity? So I command these demonic entities that are attached to my body to leave now. I become invisible to them. I remove any tracers, any trackers. I remove this worthless energy that was absorbed into my body to be removed. And then again, for you, I want you to see your 12-year-old little self and tell her the truth. What did she need to hear at 12? Okay. Yes, 100%. Okay. What's the next key? Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. Does she need to know more? Yes. At 16. Okay. Absorbed energy. Does she need to know more? Nope. So I just command this absorbed energy that's not mine to leave my body. And then Jilly, let us know how you're feeling as you start clearing these things. So you're at an 8. Okay, let me know how the pain starts going down as you're clearing. And then how are you feeling? And those for you guys that are watching, thanks for tapping the screen. Thanks for sharing. We're holding sacred space for Jilly. Okay. So we're holding sacred space for Jilly. She's at an 8-10 pain, right? We tested demonic. Okay. It started when she was age 12. Okay. Attached to the emotion of worthless. So everything's connected, you guys. You can know exactly what's wrong with you in literal seconds, right? When you have your yes and no, you can ask which key will unlock my truth. When you silence the messenger, you silence your truth. Okay. The messenger doesn't leave. She just gets louder and creates more devastating pain. Jilly, how you doing? Hey, Rock. Hey, Queen. I uploaded and updated once again that guide with another added video. Crazy burping. Okay, good. This is processing and clearing. So one thing that I didn't message is as our body clears, you guys, some people burp a lot and almost like vomit. Some people get super hot and sweaty. Some people get freezing cold. Some people get shaky, like really, really shaky as the energy is moving. And then Jilly, 8. If 8, where are you at? You started in an 8. Let me know where you're at now. Okay. And then I'm going to ask if there's another key. Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Is it ascension? Okay. Integration. Does she need to know more? No. Okay. So you will be experiencing some ascension integration symptoms. Does she need another key? No. Will this get her 8 pain down to a 0? Yes. Okay. Pain is about the same. Okay. Keep clearing. Did you clear that absorbed energy from your body? So command any and all absorbed energies that are not yours to leave your body. And then keep breathing and filling that space with unconditional love. Okay? So you guys, the fastest way to clear that I have seen, so I'm certified in so many holistic modalities, and it's continuing. Oh, good job. Yep, let it all come out. Don't stop it. Okay? Sometimes you might burp so bad, it's almost like a vomit. It's a purging. And just trust that that's how it's leaving your body. Good job, Julie. You were doing absolutely perfect. Your body knows exactly what it needs to do to clear this energy, okay? And I keep getting that there's not another key, so you're doing great, okay? So just keep breathing, filling your body with unconditional love. So you guys, there are so many techniques that people have created to clear, right? And as I was working with men and women across countries and seeing them heal instantly, it was through breath, breathing through the pain, and breathing unconditional love into their body was the fastest way that I saw people heal trauma in literal seconds. Okay? And you can do this too. All right, Lainey, are you here, Queen? So it's Lainey, CJ, Cam, Angela, Cece, Richie. Oh, we already did Richie. Dawn Marie, and then Soulfilled. Hi, April, Lily. So it was Lainey here, and then CJ. Hey, Lainey. Okay, Lainey, we'll do you, and then Soul Infused will do you next, okay? So let's do Lainey, and then we'll do Soul Infused. Okay, so Lainey, do I have permission to test Lainey? Okay, I teach you exactly how to do what I'm doing in my $27 guide. Hey, CJ. Okay, good. I'm glad you're still here. So Lainey, we're going to ask which key will unlock your healing. Okay, so she's at a 10 pain. And then Jilly, you let us know, okay, as those numbers drop, okay? So we can keep holding space for you too. So it's physical. Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? So I got a yes, Lainey, for generational is the first key. Okay. So do we need to know more? No. Interesting. So your body is holding on to something generationally that you're just ready to clear. Thank you for the roses. So I just command this generational trauma that's in my body to leave now. And just breathe out the pain. Okay. Breathe in unconditional love and then breathe out the pain. This will bring her pain to a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6. This will bring her pain to a 6, which means there's another key. You can have multiple keys attached to the same pain. So we're going to ask. Rock, that's amazing. I told everybody about you. You weren't on, but I was like, she was trying to clear her daughter and it was ascension integration. So she said, my daughter is feeling so much better today, 90% after your suggestion. Yay. Love that. All right, so we are working with Lainey. She cleared generational. This will get her pain to a 6, which means there's another key. Ooh, and my ears just started ringing. Okay. So she needs another key. So what key? We're going to start over again. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational again. Does she need to know more? No. So once again, Lainey, I command this generational trauma to leave my body. Breathing unconditional love into the pain and then breathing it out. Does she need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. Okay, the next key is past life. Okay, so now we're going to ask, do we need to know more? Yes. Is it the persecutions cross? No. Is it karma? Is it, so it's a past life. It's not persecution. It's not karma. So you guys, I don't know everything, so I just have to keep asking questions and testing. Is it part of her gift? It's something that has to do with her spiritual gifts. It's something that's blocking her spiritual gifts. Okay. And she's ready to clear that now? Yes. Okay. So, Lainey, you're just going to I command this blocked energy that's preventing my spiritual gifts from awakening to be cleared. Where is the pain at, Lainey? Lainey, where is the pain again? Because a lot of times pain is where the spiritual gift is blocked. So like people who get massive earaches or headaches, my right foot or ankle. Oh, her right. Okay, so right foot or ankle, a lot of times that is like a ball and chain, which is holding you down from stepping into your purpose. Is that it? Yes. Okay. So that's where that past life is anchored down to your foot. It's chaining you down. It's blocking you from stepping fully into your spiritual gifts. So you're going to command that to be cleared. Okay. And almost imagine seeing like a shackle being removed from your foot, clearing the energy, and then like seeing yourself stepping now fully into your purpose with your spiritual gifts. Okay. Releasing any fear around that, any doubt around that. Does she need to know more? No. Can we clear again too, please, the previous? What previous are you talking about? So clear that past life block, clear the generational. 2. Now what's next one? Did she have another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational again. From your dad. This time we need to know more. Yeah, the past life block. Oh, okay. So I want you to just see your foot almost like a shackle. And then I just want you to I command this past life block that's preventing me from stepping into my purpose to be cleared now. In all timelines, in all dimension, in all space. There's no right or wrong way, you guys. The second you command things to be cleared, right? When the messenger told you what it was and then you commanded it to be cleared, that's not spiritually bypassing. You understand what you need to do now. And so now you're commanding that into existence. And then I want you to see your ankle just being filled with unconditional light and love, Lainey. And then I want you to see yourself stepping fully into your purpose, stepping fully into being seen and heard. Okay. Next, you're going to clear the generational trauma from your dad. And does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. 50 through 60, 60 through 61. Oh, 60 through 70, 60. Okay. Worry. So you need to clear the worry that was passed down generationally from your dad's line. Okay. So this worry that's in your DNA, that's in your body, command that to be cleared now in all generations. Okay. And then fill your body with unconditional love. Okay, Lainey? And then let me know what your pain level is. Jilly, how are you doing? And then how is Jilly doing? Are you still doing good? Where are you at now? Oh, good job, Lainey. She's like sweating and crying over here. Nope, I'm still asking if you have more keys, and you still do. So absorbed energy, Lainey. You just keep breathing and trusting that it's clearing. Good night, Drea. Thank you so much for joining the live tonight, Queen. Jilly, still burping, but can move my hip more. Good. If you forget to say with Phil with unconditional love, that's totally fine. Okay? That's totally fine. If you forget and then you remember later on, you can see if it still needs something there. And if it does, you can just send some extra love there. Okay? So Jilly, you keep burping, Queen. And move that energy around. Okay? Sometimes dancing or moving, okay, grounding, stepping outside can help that energy move even quicker. So good job, Jilly. All right, Lainey, absorbed energy. Does she need to know more? No. Does she need another key? Nope. So Lainey, I command this absorbed energy, any and all absorbed energies that are not mine, to leave my body now. And then just breathing unconditional love into your body and just keep breathing and moving. Will she get down to a 0 tonight? Yep, you'll get down to a 0, Lainey. All right, Soul Fine, Soul Sister. Are you here? And then CJ, Cam, Angela, Adam. And then for those of you guys who are watching, make sure you keep tapping that screen. We're so close. We're so close to 100K, okay? We're so close. So I do not get paid for hearts, just so you know, or shares. What it does is it sends this out to people who need the keys for free. If you want to get the $27 guide, I promise you it will change your life because it will give you your truth back. I got you, Dawn Marie. Don't worry. You're on my list, Queen. It will give you your truth, not my truth, not anybody else's truth. It is to help you remember. Okay, as you start practicing this, you guys, you will know without a shadow of a doubt how your intuition speaks to you. Yay, CJ, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm showing you exactly how I do this for myself and other people, okay? But in my guide, you have all the charts, right? You have all the charts and exactly how to do it step by step. So my $27 guide. Okay, so I have permission to test soul. I think I'm at a 7, and I know we mentioned purpose. So imagine yourself seeing you step into your purpose, Lainey, is what that was. Okay. So soul infused. Okay. Lots of things. Okay. So weight, miscarriages, fibromyalgia, relationship for sure. Okay. So lots of things. So when I'm dealing with lots of things and I'm doing a one-on-one, I always clear the keys first. What does that mean? Is I ask the body, what do you need first? Okay. What's first priority? And then we go through the keys until the body says that we don't need to clear any more keys. And then we ask the nitty gritty. Okay. So I have permission to test soul infused. I got a yes. Okay. What's the first key that she needs? Physical, emotional, spiritual. Okay. So the first key is spiritual. And then CJ, you're next, just so you know. Unclean spirit, demonic, integration, ascension. Okay, so there's lots of integration and ascension happening for you right now, which can seem like a lot physically. Does she need to know more? Does she need prayer? She needs ritual. Okay, what does she need ritual for? What does she need ritual for? Ritual for herself, for her family, for her womb. Okay, so a womb ritual. A womb clearing ritual, a womb clearing ritual, a womb healing. So a womb healing ritual. Okay. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know around the emotion? Yes. Okay. Does she need to know around what age? Yes. Okay. So 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 10, 11, 12. So at age 12, did something happen at age 12? So Loretta, I'm just asking yes or no questions. So your intuition, your body speaks to you. Okay. So your uncle died around that age. Okay. I'm just asking intuitive questions until I get a yes or a no. The key is spiritual, and it was the good side. So the good side to me is prayer, ascension, integration, ritual, angels, right? It's something that she needs spiritually. That's good. And so I kept asking, what does she need? She needs womb healing. I'm just asking questions that come to my mind and asking if it's yes or no. So womb healing ritual, it started at 12, age 1 through 10, front page, 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 1 through 10. I am Heather. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Let me slow down. I am Heather. She needs to do womb healing. This started at age 12. It started 1 through 5. Okay. Did something happen at age 3? Yeah, we're all overthinkers. That's what we're taught to do, is to overthink, because we're not here. Sorry, soul. Did something... The womb healing is for age 12, age 3. Does she need to know more? No. Okay. So are these emotions connected? Yes. Does she just need the front page? Okay, back page. 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Okay, the feeling of worthless. The feeling of worthless. And it's tied to your womb. So these ages at age 3 and again at age 12, are there other ages attached to this? Yes. Age 13, 14, 15, 16, age 17 again. Age 23 again. I don't know how old you are. But these things, these energies of worthless is attached to your womb. Is that what's causing, is that what is causing these miscarriages? It's energy. Okay. So ritual is tonight. Can she do that now? Yeah. So I want you to hold on to your womb. Oh, probably had my partner left me at these ages. Okay, you're 44. Okay, because another one happened at 29. And again at 35. Okay, those were the ages. So those are all anchored in. Is the energy worthless? So the energy is feeling worthless. So I want you to hold your womb. And then I command that this energy of worthless leave my womb and be filled with unconditional love. And then I want you to see your younger self, and she embodies every age. She's little and innocent. And I want you to tell her the truth about all this trauma, all this pain, the abandonment. I want you to tell her the truth about her worth and her value. And I want you to wrap your arms around her. And I want you to witness her body being healed completely from all the pain that she's experienced. And you hold on to her until she is fully healed and she fully knows and sees her truth. And then once she becomes fully healed, you feel that healing in your womb. And then as you're healing that part of you, I'm going to keep testing the other keys. She needs another key for her womb. Yes, physical, emotional, spiritual. Okay. So now when you're ready, there is the next key I tested was spiritual for your womb. Tested demonic. Okay. Does she need to know more? Yes. At what age? No. She just needs to know the energy. Okay. Okay, worthless. That's still the energy. Okay, so that is the energy that this demonic entity is attached to in your womb. So you're going to command this demonic entity that's attached to your womb to be cleared now, to leave now in the name of Jesus, in the name of God. That you become invisible, that it can no longer find you or see you. You command that any tracers or trackers that have been placed in your womb to be removed now. That your womb will be healed and filled with unconditional love. Removing all of this worthless energy that's in your womb to be cleared. Filled with unconditional love for yourself. Thank you, Cece. Does she need another key for her womb? No. Okay, does she need another key? Okay, is her healing complete for tonight? Does she need another key? Okay, she just needs integration. So soul, I'm getting that tonight you just need integration, okay? What will her pain get to tonight? A 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2. I am tired. I only got 15 minutes left. It's hard, you guys. Do like holding space for people. I absolutely love it, but it does drain the energy out of you. I know my mom's like, when I watch your lives, you're all bubbly, and then by the end of the night, you look like you're gonna die. Yay, Jilly. She said burping finally stopped. Hip pain definitely reduced. Can you explain what happens in a one-on-one session? So if we do a one-on-one session with me, we do exactly this, but we go even deeper. And you get me for a full hour. And then I teach you exactly the system that I use in my $27 guide. I'm trying to let go of the conception products. It's been 6 weeks, so thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully you're feeling better. Yeah, and so soul, what you could do, right, is you can test. So you can test, okay, what is this weight? Show me which key. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? Your body will keep showing you layer upon layer, okay, until it's cleared. And then I have seen people, oh, Jason, thank you, brother. He said, I've done a 1 hour and highly recommend, 5 stars. Thank you. So you guys, everything that you want to know, all you have to do is ask, and you will receive exactly with a 99.9% truth. You will know exactly where the weight is. You will know exactly where the healing needs to happen. Any tips for ascension or integration? Lots of water. Give yourself permission to rest. Ground. Get your feet in dirt. Hug a tree. Get some sunshine. Zagorka. No, your card was hacked. I'm so sorry, Queen. Yeah, Lisa, if you have a knot on your shoulder and it's not going away, it's probably a fiery dart of the adversary or something anchored in, an absorbed energy, an emotion, right? Boom. What do we do if we have nervous energy and feel guilty resting? That's a trauma response, Lisa. I 100% know exactly what you're talking about, because as a child, right, if I wasn't busy, I was getting in trouble. Why are you sitting down? Why are you resting? Clean, right? Nervous energy, it's a trauma response. So then in that case, I would use the keys, figure out where you need healing, okay? Where does that little girl need to be told that it's okay to rest, okay? That you deserve to rest. Where was she not allowed to rest? Okay. CJ, you ready? Cam? So I have CJ, Cam, Angela, Cece, Dawn. Okay. And then I have to jump off in about, I have to jump off right at, hi CJ. Because I have a one-on-one tonight. Do we just go to your bio? Yes. So if you want to book a one-on-one, or if you want to get my free guide or my $27 guide, it's all in my bio. Yeah. Okay, so CJ. I see you, Zagorka. You're welcome, Lisa. Just have to work out Australia timing. Yeah, use ChatGPT or Google. Say, this is her time. What's that my time? Oh, thank you, Rock. You guys, Rock's amazing. She was so kind and showed me where I needed to do like edits. I was like, you're amazing. I'm in Utah. I'm MST time. So when you go into the Google Calendar, it will change times for you. Yeah. So CJ. Okay, you guys, we're going to go through CJ, Cam, Angela, Cece, and Dawn really quickly. Okay? Hey, Carla. You're welcome. You're welcome, Soul Infused. You are so welcome. Has your pain dropped? Like, where's your pain? I would love to know. Okay, CJ, I have permission. Yes. CJ is a 710. So, if you are just now watching, we're going to use intuition and the 7 keys to get to the truth in literal seconds. Okay? We're going to know exactly what's causing CJ's pain. That's a 710. Okay? Her messenger is going to tell us exactly what the problem is. You can do this too. You 100% can do this too. It's physical, emotional, it's spiritual. It's a generational, CJ, from your dad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this was multiple generations of lifetimes of this emotion. Okay? So this keeps following you guys into lifetimes. Worthless. That is the word for tonight. Yeah, so soul infused tonight, I want you to do a womb healing. I want you to sit with your womb and just intuitively clear and heal. Okay, feel any emotions that come up. Okay, that is what the spiritual side of the good side was to do a womb healing. Okay, CJ, generational, worthless. So how do you clear worthless? Well, your body is in pain right now, so that's kind of where it's anchored in. So when I clear generational lifetimes of things, I command this generational emotion of worthless to leave my body now in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. I clear it through my body and through all generations. It stops with me. All right, Zagorka, I love you, Queen. Okay, CJ, that will bring her pain to a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3. So that alone is going to bring her pain to a 3, which means there's another key. Thank you, Rock. It's physical, emotional, it's spiritual. Yep, there's a theme tonight, which is demonic energy. Okay? When I say these things, it's not to bring fear. You guys, there are demonic entities everywhere. There's legions of them. 1/3 of the host of heaven was cast out to the earth with Satan. They're just lower vibrational entities, right? They're like little flies. We're just casting the flies out. That's how powerful you are. Ooh, okay. Oh, thank you, Zagorka. So CJ, demonic entity attached to this pain right now. Is it legion? No. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6, 7, more than 10, more than 20, more than 30? Is it legion? Is it deceiver? Okay, so this is a deceiver entity. So you guys, deceivers, they kind of shapeshift. Deceivers can pretend to be angels of light. They can pretend to be a little child. They can pretend to be, right, they're deceivers. And then the second that you see them or decipher them, they like shapeshift. So they're like shapeshifters. I call them deceivers. And so sometimes if I'm testing yes or no, my answers are wonky because it shifts its entity. And I'm like, okay, so it's a deceiver. Yes. Are there more than one? No. Is this attached to her pain? Yes. Do we need to know when it was attached? Yes. Okay. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5. So at age 6, yay, we got to 100,000. Thank you, Cece. So CJ, age 6. Something happened at age 6. Wow, worthless is the energy tonight, you guys. Can't make this stuff up. Worthless at age 6 is when this deceiver attached to you. Did you have an invisible friend as a child, CJ? So all we're going to do is we're going to command this deceiver energy to leave your body now, that you become invisible to it in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. It cannot leave any... Oh. I knew it. That was not an invisible friend. That was the deceiver. Okay? That's how it remained a friend. So deceivers pretend to be kind and loving, right? I worked with a family and her kids kept talking to a granny. She had no granny. But she felt really dark, cold energy when she would go downstairs, like almost like something was upset with her for being down there. But her kids loved playing downstairs, so they weren't scared. But then when we tested and we cleared her house, it was a deceiver. It was pretending to be a grandma to the little kids so it wouldn't get scared. But when she came down, it was like, ooh, don't you dare mess up this connection I have with your kids. So it was a deceiver. So I command this deceiver to leave my body now. I become invisible to it. I remove all tracers and trackers. I fill my body with unconditional love. The feeling of worthless, something happened at 6 where you felt worthless, that's when it came in, okay? I clear that energy of worthless and I fill it with unconditional love. So you guys can do this too. So all I am doing is I'm connected to my intuition, my gift from God, pure source, okay? I can ask yes or no. Ask and you shall receive. Is it this? Yes or no? Is it this? Yes or no? Is it this? Yes or no? I use the 7 keys to get to the truth quicker. Is it spiritual? Yes. Is it good spiritual? No. Is it bad spiritual? Yes. What could be bad spiritual? Demonic, unclean, a fiery dart of the adversary, okay? Does she need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. So past life, CJ. And then how are you feeling, CJ? So past life. So past life karma. So karma is the karma money, is the karma relationships. Okay, the karma that you're clearing is relationship karma. Does she need to know more? Yes. Is the relationship karma have to do with a parent? Boyfriend? Partnership. So this is partnership karma. Does she need to know more? Nope. So CJ, you're just going to command that karma. If it's ready to clear, it means that the karma has been cleared. Like whatever you needed to learn in this life about it is ready to be cleared. So I just command this karma to be cleared from my body and transmuted. And I call in healthy, strong, beautiful relationships. Does she need to know more? No. Does she need another key? Nope. Hey, Pookie Poo. So CJ, how you feeling? Is Cam still here? Angela or Cece? CJ, how you doing? I'm here. Okay, Angela, we're going to do you really quickly. Relationships are weighing heavily on me today too. My chest pain is way better. Good. So CJ, I got that you don't need any more keys tonight. So, but let me see what you're going to get pain-wise. You will get to a 0 pain tonight. So does that mean that tomorrow you won't wake up with pain? No, that just means tomorrow the messenger might give you more messages. All right, Angela, we're going to do you really quick and then you're going to be the last one just because I have a call in 2 minutes. So I'm going to try to hold sacred space and do this quickly, but also honor that you are in pain. So Angela is a 7 out of 10. Do I have permission? Yes. Which key? Physical, emotional, so spiritual, demonic. Oh my gosh, that's the theme. Does she need to know more? Yes. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there legion? Yes. Does she need to know when these were attached? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15. Age 2. So at age 11 is when these were attached. Does she need to know the emotion? No. Does she need to know anything else? No. So Angela, okay, demonic entities attached to this pain right now. Okay, there's no fear. There's no fear, you guys. They're just stupid little irritants. I command these legions of entities that are attached to my body now, causing me this pain, causing me this 7 out of 10 pain to leave. I become invisible to you. I clear you in all timelines, dimensions, and space. I remove any anchors or trackers, and I fill my body with unconditional love. You're welcome, CJ. Thank you. I color my eyebrows on. Angela, how you doing, Queen? Does she need another key? Ooh, that was it. Does Angela need another key? No. So this 7 out of 10 pain. Jilly, I'm ready for sleep. It's nearly 5 a.m. here in the UK. I'll check in with you again. Thank you. You're so welcome, Jilly. Angela, good. She's like, I feel light. That was the only key you need. So that's 7 out of 10 pain. Will that go to a 0 tonight? Yes. Angela, that will go to a 0. Yes. All right, you guys. I have to hop off because I have a call in 1 minute. But I just want to say thank you so much for holding sacred space for these beautiful women, for Richard, for Richie, right? Like, you will come across people who are literally, it's hard, you guys. It's hard out there. But what makes it harder is that we keep being taught to silence our truth. So I am here to shout truth from the rooftops, to teach you how to do these things for yourselves, okay? I want you to know that you have the gift of intuition. You have a gift that God said, when you knock, I will open the door. When you ask, you will receive instantly. Not tomorrow, not in a week, not in a month, right now. Right this very second. And you guys, our bodies speak to us. Our bodies respond with a yes and a no. When you learn, when you remember, right? As a child, you knew exactly how to do this. When you remember how to become like a little child, right? God said, become like little children and make it into the kingdom of God. Not be dumb and reckless. It was to have pure love for yourself and for other people. It was to let your light shine so brightly. It was to be free of other people's opinions. It was to know and have that pure connection to God. Okay, that is what it's like to be like little children. It's unconditional love for yourself, and to know that you can ask and receive. Knock, I will open the door. So these keys help you get to your truth quicker. It's not something I created out of thin air. It's something I remembered, and I want you to remember how to do this too. The second you learn how to do this, I promise you, the second you learn how to do this, you will become unstoppable. You will become a force of nature. You will become so freaking powerful. You will know your worth. You will have so much confidence, okay, that when you step into a room, people will be like, damn, who is that? Okay, nobody will be able to gaslight you. Nobody will be able to do anything to you. I promise, okay? No one will ever be able to hurt you because you will know your power and you're so strong. And I love you, okay? I love you and I want this for you because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to feel so unworthy and so unlovable and ungood enough and to take crumbs. I know what it feels like to want love so badly that I took crumbs, that I took the beatings, that I took the abuse, okay? And I don't want that for you. I want everyone to know what it feels like to have unconditional love for yourself. I will get off my soapbox. I love you guys so much. Thank you for following. Thank you so much for sharing. And I will see you tomorrow night. Happy New Year's, you guys. Last day of the year. Bye, everyone.